Coming up next, find out what brought police and an ambulance crew to this building in State College.
Plus, the health issue that affected more than 2 million people last year, and it's growing.
And a look at the sights and sounds of the Penn State Whiteout and College Game Day at Penn State.
It's one of the best spectacles in college football. I mean, everybody does some color out, all across the country, and for whatever reason, it's different here.
The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Jerome Taylor.
And I'm Courtney Allen. Thanks for joining us. A 17-year-old is dead after police found him unconscious and barely breathing over the weekend in State College. It happened here at 522 West College Avenue. Police say they responded for a medical emergency Saturday night and found the victim, John Schoenig, and efforts to save him failed, and they pronounced the teenager dead at the scene. There were no reported signs of trauma, and an autopsy is scheduled to figure out the cause of death.
President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence are both making visits to Pennsylvania this week. Trump will be in Pittsburgh tomorrow to speak at a natural gas industry conference. He was the first Republican presidential candidate to win Pennsylvania since 1988, and the state is important to his re-election campaign. Meanwhile, Mike Pence was here yesterday to highlight a pending trade agreement with Mexico and Canada. He visited a high-tech glassmaker in Scranton. The Trump administration is trying to replace the North American Free Trade Agreement with the new trade deal. Congress is deciding whether to ratify the agreement.
President Trump is also calling on fellow Republicans to get tougher and fight back at the impeachment inquiry aimed at him. At a cabinet meeting yesterday, he defended his conduct and insisted his call with the Ukrainian president that sparked the impeachment probe was not a problem. He accused Democrats of moving forward with the inquiry to boost their election chances next year. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate ticked up slightly in September. The state says it was up 1/10 of a point to 4%. Earlier this year, the rate hit a 4-decade low of 3.8%. The trade, transportation, and utility sectors gained jobs, while education and health services lost jobs.
It's been almost 3 years since the tragic death of 19-year-old Timothy Piazza after a hazing incident, but his legacy lives on at Penn State. The Timothy J. Piazza Center for Fraternity and Sorority Research and Reform is getting ready to release a national scorecard. It's aimed at giving information on Greek life organizations, including alcohol and hazing violations, chapter suspensions, and cumulative GPA.
Last year, more than 2 million cases of sexually transmitted diseases were reported nationwide, and that number is increasing. Reporter Nicole Ambridge talked with a local health professional about protecting yourself.
Despite education and outreach to young people, sexually transmitted diseases have steadily been on the rise over the past 2 years. Syphilis is up 13%, gonorrhea up 5%, chlamydia up 3%. More than 2.4 million STD cases nationwide last year, and still many don't know the details about STDs.
I know that they're bad, and I just don't know much about them,
Recent college graduate Colin Finkel isn't alone. Many young people say they have little knowledge of the dangers. Some experts believe dating and hookup apps like Tinder and Bumble are partly to blame for these STD rise, along with some having a high number of anonymous partners. In State College, there are 3 places that offer STD testing: the Pregnancy Resource Center on Pew Street, University Health Service on Penn State's main campus, and the AIDS Resource Center on Spark Street. Wes Chico is a counselor at the Resource Center and spends his time helping and educating patients about safe sex.
Yeah, get tested. Definitely get tested regularly, just make it part of your health care.
He says another way to stay safe is by using condoms, especially with a new partner.
Not everybody loves them, but they're the best and easiest way to keep yourself safe.
Along with testing, the AIDS Resource Center offers STD prevention resources.
In addition to free testing, we can do the free testing for chlamydia and gonorrhea, and we do HIV testing as well. And then we just have all the harm reduction materials here. So we have plenty of condoms, plenty of lube, all of it is free. Everything we do here is free, including treatment for STIs if somebody does test positive. So we encourage people to stop in and get whatever they need.
In State College, I'm Nicole Ambridge for the Center County Report.
The Resource Center provides free confidential testing with no appointment needed every Thursday from 1 to 4 p.m.
Thousands of fans turned out on Penn State's campus to welcome back ESPN's College Game Day on Saturday. Reporter Carolyn Sistrand says some of them showed up before the sun was even up.
Game day is for people of all ages.
We are!
ESPN's popular College Game Day football show returned to State College for the third straight year. Thousands of people turned out for the show, many before the sun even came up.
We got here a little before 6 a.m. when it was still freezing and pitch black. Now it turned into a beautiful day.
A sea of white spread out over the hub lawn, but you couldn't help but notice some yellow sprinkled in the crowd. For many, like best friends Donna and Lori, the Penn State versus Michigan matchup was a time to spend with friends.
It's not your first time here, but this is our first game day together.
Even though they don't root for the same team.
Well, you know, it's a big rivalry today, and we love each other.
No matter
we're
what.
close friends.
No matter what.
We're still friends. We're still
BFFs
BFFs.
forever.
Penn State fans didn't seem too bothered about the move to the hub lawn, showing up early with their breakfast and homemade signs. And the game day crew didn't seem too bothered either. They said at their media day they're excited to be back for their third Whiteout game, the first time the game day show has been in Happy Valley for 3 years in a row.
But the bottom line is James Franklin's done a fantastic job with this program. His players have gone out there and played extremely well, and they deserve the opportunities that we give them by coming here and giving their campus a lot of exposure. They've earned it.
Local food was also featured, including burgers and pretzels from the field at Toftry's and grilled stickies. Good Morning America's Laura Spencer joined the game day crew too. She came back to campus as the guest picker and chose her Nittany Lions. Penn State went on to win Saturday night 28-21 in front of over 110,000 people, making it the fourth largest crowd in Beaver Stadium history.
It's one of the best spectacles in college football. I mean, everybody does some color out, all across the country, and for whatever reason, it's different here.
It's just it's good to be in a town that loves college football.
Reporting from University Park, I'm Carolyn Sistrand with the Center County Report.
Game Day has featured the Penn State-Michigan Whiteout twice in the last 3 years. We'll have more on the game itself later in sports.
Rain is in the area today, but what's the rest of the week look like? We'll check the 7-day forecast coming up.
Plus, a little bit of Hollywood comes to central Pennsylvania. We take you to a film premiere in Phillipsburg. Their football game was canceled, but that didn't stop them from celebrating their senior night. Find out what Bellefonte High School did to honor a special group.
Phillipsburg is a long way from Hollywood, but on a cold and windy night in Center County, the red carpet was rolled out for a movie premiere. Emerald Baptiste was there.
For one night, Phillipsburg became the Hollywood of Pennsylvania. Filmmaker Spencer Fomar, a Clearfield native, brought the world premiere of his film, Shooting Heroin, to the Roland Theater on Thursday night. Dallas Wooster, a friend of Fomar, says the locally produced movie about a small town fighting the heroin drug crisis has a powerful message.
Shooting Heroin is very blunt and to the point. It's about the heroin epidemic that's going on all throughout America that you don't usually see, that the media doesn't cover.
Production for the film in Central PA took about 2 years.
It's very dark, it's very gritty, it's going to be very, very serious in nature, and it aims to hopefully spread a message about the opioid epidemic.
When watching this film, fans shouldn't just only watch with their eyes, but their heart as well. While some fans showed up to check out a premiere with the local connections, Wooster came to support his friend.
I've been friends with Spencer, the producer, for a decade now, and he just called me up one day to ask me to come in here and usher for him, so I've just been tearing tickets.
Fomar hopes Shooting Heroin will encourage people to fight the opioid epidemic, not only in big cities, but in small communities too. In Phillipsburg, I'm Emerald Baptiste for the Center County Report.
This isn't the first time a film shot in Phillipsburg. The 2017 Generational Sins was also filmed in Phillipsburg and Clearfield.
Halloween is still a week away, but some people in Central PA are already looking forward to decking the halls. The 12th annual Christmas in the Barns event took place Saturday and Sunday at the Clinton County Fairgrounds in Mill Hall. There were dozens of vendors set up throughout the stables, as well as craft exhibits designed to get visitors into the Christmas spirit. A tree decorating contest, raffles, and even an appearance by Santa Claus added to the excitement. 8-year-old Addison had the chance to tell Santa what she wanted for Christmas in person.
What do you want for Christmas? What did you ask Santa for today?
A watch.
The event was free to attend, and local vendors we spoke with said that the turnout was strong on both days. Now here's Casey Regner with weather.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Casey Regner with your forecast. Be sure to grab those umbrellas with you because if it hasn't already started raining in your area, it's going to start soon. If you live in western Pennsylvania, you woke up to some rain showers this morning because of this system that's out to the west over the Great Lakes right now. And what this front is going to do, it's going to be the reason that much of the state today is going to experience some rain. It's kind of gloomy here in State College. We have some water droplets from the showers that are passing through as of right now. Temperatures right now, 55 degrees here in State College. Winds are out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Across the rest of the state, temperatures are in the 50s. And where you see these streamlines coming together, that's the location of the front. And the reason I pointed out to you is because it's a good indication of where the rain is as of right now. So I mentioned it has started here in central Pennsylvania. If you haven't seen it already, it's going to be heavy at times. It's going to continue to move off to eastern PA from New York all the way down to Maryland and other parts of the East Coast as well. Once again, this may be heavier at times, so be sure to plan accordingly for your evening plans today. It will dry off by tonight and we'll be left with just a few clouds lingering in the area, and then some cities along Lake Erie. I don't want to rule out an isolated shower for your morning commute on Wednesday. We'll be left with plenty of sunshine, potentially not even a cloud in the sky for your Wednesday. Today, though, that rain should stick around to the evening hours. We'll have winds out of the south. Temperature of 60 degrees. We will cool off tonight. The clouds are going to clear on out of here. 41 is our low. Winds will shift to the southwest at 5 to 10. And then by tomorrow, other than the beautiful sunshine, it's going to be breezy at times. We may have gusts up to 25 miles per hour temperatures, just a few degrees shy of 60 degrees. And then other than Thursday this week, temperatures may be in the mid-60s with a few clouds. Those clouds will build up later into this week, and temperatures don't look like they're going to break the 60s. But the good news is we may not have to deal with much rain. We may have an isolated shower overnight on Friday, so plan accordingly for that. And then we won't really have to worry about rain until Sunday.
I don't really like rain at any time.
I know, me neither. I had to recurl my hair this morning as soon as I stepped outside. So I'm ready for it to work its way out of here.
I was hoping to use my rain boots, but it's okay.
Bellefonte High School's football game on Friday night had to be canceled because the other team forfeited. But that didn't stop the school from honoring its players on senior night. For many high school athletes, senior night is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, the final time on their home playing field. But Bellefonte senior night's football game, set for last Friday, ended before it even began. Their opponent, Bishop Carroll, forfeited the game because of team injuries. For Bellefonte CJ Funk, the cancellation was tough to take.
Obviously, it was disappointing because, Fridays, you only get a certain amount of Fridays in your life to play football, so it was definitely disappointing.
For his father, this night was supposed to be another notch in his son's great high school career.
Certainly upset. We're looking forward to this game, and this ceremony was tonight, and senior night, and so many, reasons to look forward to this night, and to have that kind of taken away from these guys, we're definitely disappointed.
But Funk believes this forfeit also gave way to an unexpected positive. The school still had its senior night festivities, and that meant more time to honor players, cheerleaders, and band members.
Kind of the nice thing is it's been able to be a little longer tonight, so the kids, things were stretched out a little more. They can have a little more fun with it.
CJ Funk is now looking forward to his team's regular season finale this week.
It was just kind of overcoming the disappointment, but then realizing, there's a bigger purpose to all of this. So it's just getting over that initial hump, and then we're moving forward now.
For CJ's dad, this moment still carries plenty of emotions, considering this is the last time his son will touch the home field as a high school football player.
Bittersweet kind of moment, it's an exciting moment and everything, but it's coming to an end, so it's kind of sad from that standpoint, but it's been an awesome ride, and we've certainly had a lot of fun here, and to end on this nice field, it's been great.
Bellefonte will return to the field on Friday when they take on Bald Eagle. Now here's Carolyn with more sports.
It was a busy weekend in Happy Valley. We'll check out some hockey and soccer when we come back. Also coming up, Penn State held on against Michigan in the Whiteout game. We'll take you back to the sights and sounds from Saturday night. I'm Carolyn Sistrand with sports. We begin with Penn State soccer back at home. The Nittany Lions are back in action tonight, taking on James Madison at Jeffrey Field. It's the first in a 3-game homestand for the Nittany Lions. They're coming off a road win against Wisconsin and are undefeated on the road and 8-2-2 overall this season. They're currently ranked first in the Big Ten Conference. Women's soccer beat Northwestern on Sunday 3-1 behind 2 first-half goals from Peyton Linehan. She had scored only 2 goals through 17 games this season before finding the back of the net twice against the Wildcats. Allie Schlegel put the finishing touches on the Penn State win in the 61st minute, scoring her 11th goal of the season. The win improved Penn State's record to 11-6-1 on the season. The Nittany Lions will be on the road at Nebraska next Sunday for the regular season finale. Penn State football is still unbeaten and now ranked 6th in the country. Beaver Stadium was electric over the weekend with 110,000 fans cheering on the Nittany Lions in the Whiteout game. Reporter Maria Coyne has the highlights.
In front of the 4th largest crowd in Beaver Stadium history, the Nittany Lions survived a tough conference matchup against Michigan in the annual Whiteout game on Saturday night. Penn State won 28-21.
We're 1-0. That's always the goal. There's a lot of teams around the country that aren't 1-0 tonight, so we're going to enjoy it.
Penn State jumped to an early 21-0 lead with touchdowns from Pat Fryermuth, Sean Clifford, and KJ Hamler. With under 3 minutes left in the first half, Michigan's Zach Charbonnet ran for a 12-yard touchdown to put the Wolverines on the board. After an overturned 100-yard kick return from Hamler and another score from Michigan's Charbonnet, the night wouldn't end there for the Nittany Lions. Penn State's defense was tested in the final minutes with the Wolverines' 4th and goal. Michigan quarterback Shea Patterson scrambled to find Ronnie Bell in the end zone, but the play resulted in an incomplete pass.
You know, that stop at the end was obviously critical, and guys made plays when they needed to.
The Lions got one last first down to run the clock out and spark the celebration. With this Whiteout win over Michigan, Penn State improves to 7-0 on the season and is now ranked 6th in the AP poll. Next up is a tough road trip to Michigan State. In University Park, I'm Maria Coyne for the Center County Report.
This Saturday's game against the Spartans will kick off at 3:30 p.m. and you can listen live on Penn State's Comm Radio. Penn State men's hockey split their weekend series with Alaska Fairbanks at Pagula Ice Arena. In Game 1 on Thursday, senior Dennis Smirnoff scored his 100th career goal. The Nittany Lions beat Alaska Fairbanks 7-0 in their first shutout win since December of 2017. Friday night was a completely different story. The Nanooks redeemed themselves with a 4-0 shutout. Penn State is now 3-1 on the season and will play Robert Morris on Friday night at home. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Carolyn. Coming up next, Halloween is almost here. We'll take you inside a former school building turned into a haunted house. Find out where you can get some scares right after the break. Halloween is just over a week away, and if you're looking for a good scare, Spookhaven might be your kind of place. Reporter Caitlin Aguilas takes a closer look down the dark hallways.
Inside an old schoolhouse, creepy portraits, scary spiders, and ghouls waiting for unsuspecting visitors hoping for a thrill. It takes months and long hours to put together the scares and scenery for Spookhaven in Mill Hall. Nate Reeder, one of the so-called scarers and builders, says he loves the ups and downs that come with the job.
You get a little frustrated throughout the build because, you know, you're working on this all year round. But at the end of the build, and you watch the people walking around here, and you watch our actors interact with them, and because our actors are what make this place.
But before the scarers can lurk around and jump out of dark corners, their makeup has to be done. Jason Bilby, Spookhaven co-owner, takes on many tasks to get the haunted house up and running. One of those jobs is the makeup.
I was taught how to do makeup by 2 of the world's known makeup artists. We paint roughly 52 actors.
Bilby told us the idea of Spookhaven started at a Halloween party for his 2 oldest kids, starting as a walkway made of plastic and designs from local stores. From that walkway, a bigger and much scarier version of the original nightmare can be seen within the darkened halls and shrieks of those entering. Spookhaven offers 2 attractions, so enter if you're looking for a scare. In Mill Hall, I'm Caitlin Aguiles for the Center County Report.
This is Spookhaven's last week before it closes for the season, but they'll bring new seasonal haunts, including Yuletide Terror in December and My Bloody Valentine in February.
I don't know exactly why, but I think Mill Hall is probably top tier in terms of Spookhaven and being like a haunted house.
Are you a big fan of haunted houses in general?
No, I'm not. But I'm thinking about going this year.
What about Halloween? Big fan of Halloween?
I like Halloween. I don't like to be scared.
You like dressing up?
Yeah.
Where are you going to be this year?
I'm thinking either like a Bride of Chucky or a wife with knives, you know?
Wow, I'm going as Drake.
Drake?
Hotline Bling Drake, I think is the way to go.
I can see that. I think
Exactly.
it's like the beard and then, you know, everything.
One of these?
That would be awesome. Actually, I think they said something about, all right. That's all for today's newscast. You can find more of our stories on the website, centercountyreport.com. And you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Twitter feed, that's at Center County REP, or on our Facebook page. We also have a Center County Report Instagram. Join us next time for our newscast on Friday. Have a good day.
We hope you enjoyed watching the video. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you did.
For the rest of our newscasts and featured stories, click here.
And for sports, click here. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.